Today, the focus of my presentation is sources, acquisition and classification of data. Dear viewer, please watch the entire video. At the end of the video, there are MCQs based on the presentation. Dear viewer, let us first try to understand what is data. Data refers to raw facts, information, or observations that are collected, recorded, or stored for various purposes, including analysis, decision-making, and reference. Types of data. Data can take various forms, including numerical, text, images, sound, and more. Purpose. Data serves as the foundation for analysis, decision-making, and reference. Processing. Data becomes meaningful when processed, organized, and analyzed to extract insights. Use cases. Data is used in diverse fields, including business, science, research, healthcare, and technology. Value. Data's value lies in its ability to provide information, reveal patterns, and support informed choices. Let me now discuss main sources of data. 1. Primary sources. Data collected directly from original sources. Examples include surveys, interviews, experiments, and observations. Surveys. Collecting data through structured questionnaires or interviews directly from individuals or respondents. Observations. Gathering information by directly watching and recording events or phenomena as they occur. Experiments. Conducting controlled tests to gather data and establish cause and effect relationships. Field research. Data collected in real-world settings, often involving on-site visits and data collection. 2. Secondary sources. Data obtained from existing records, publications, or databases. This may include government reports, academic papers, or company financial statements. Published data. Information obtained from books, journals, government reports, and other publicly available documents. Databases. Accessing existing datasets stored electronically, such as economic indicators, weather data, or historical records. Archives. Utilizing historical records, manuscripts, or archival materials for research purposes. 3. Tertiary sources. Data gathered from sources that have already processed or summarized primary and secondary data. These sources include encyclopedias, handbooks, and review articles. Let us now try to understand acquisition of data. 1. Sampling. The process of selecting a subset, sample, from a larger population for data collection. Various sampling techniques include random sampling, stratified sampling, and cluster sampling. Random sampling. Selecting a subset of the population in such a way that each member has an equal chance of being included. Stratified sampling. Dividing the population into subgroups, strata, and then randomly sampling from each stratum. Cluster sampling. Dividing the population into clusters and randomly selecting entire clusters for sampling. 2. Data collection methods. Techniques for gathering data, such as questionnaires, interviews, surveys, and experiments. Online surveys and digital data collection have become increasingly common. Questionnaires. Using structured sets of questions to gather information from respondents. Interviews. Conducting one-on-one or group interviews to collect data through conversations. Surveys. Administering surveys, which can be conducted online, by phone, or in person. Experimental methods. Implementing controlled experiments to collect data under specific conditions. Observation. Directly observing and recording data without direct interaction with participants. 3. Measurement tools. Instruments and devices used to collect data, such as thermometers, scales, sensors, and data loggers. Instruments. Utilizing tools and equipment to measure various parameters, such as thermometers, scales, and sensors. Data logging. Employing automated systems to continuously record data over time. Questionnaire software. Using software applications to design and distribute digital surveys. 4. Data recording. The process of documenting collected data in a structured format, such as spreadsheets, databases, or handwritten notes. Data entry. transferring collected data into a structured format, such as spreadsheets or databases. Data validation, implementing procedures to check for accuracy, consistency, and completeness of the data. Data cleaning, identifying and correcting errors or inconsistencies in the dataset. 5. Data validation, procedures to ensure the accuracy and reliability of collected data, including error checks, consistency checks, and validation rules. Lastly, let me discuss classification of data. 1. Qualitative data, data that can be categorized or described but not measured numerically. It includes attributes like color, gender, or product names. 2. Quantitative data, data that is expressed in numerical terms and can be measured and quantified. It includes variables like height, weight, and income. 3. Discrete data, data that can only take specific, distinct values. For example, the number of students in a class is discrete. 4. Continuous data, data that can take any value within a range and can be measured with great precision. Examples include temperature and time. 5. Nominal data, data that represents categories or labels with no inherent order or ranking. Examples are colors or types of fruit. 6. Ordinal data, data that has a natural order or ranking but lacks precise intervals between values. Examples include customer satisfaction levels, e.g., poor, fair, good, excellent. 7. Interval data, data with a specific order and consistent intervals between values but no meaningful zero point. Temperature in Celsius is an example. 8. Ratio data, data with a natural order, consistent intervals between values, and a meaningful zero point. Examples include age, income, and height. Dear viewer, let us solve some important multiple choice questions from the presentation. Question 1 is, which of the following is an example of primary data source? A. Published books. B. Interviews. C. Government reports. D. Databases. Correct answer is B. Interviews. Question 2 is, what is the primary advantage of random sampling? A. It ensures representation of all subgroups. B. It is easy to implement. C. It requires a smaller sample size. D. It reduces bias in sampling. Correct answer is A. It ensures representation of all subgroups. Question 3 is, which data collection method involves controlled tests to establish cause and effect relationships? A. Surveys. B. Observations. C. Experiments. D. Field research. Correct answer is C. Experiments. Question 4 is, what type of data is represented by colors or types of animals? A. Discrete data. B. Continuous data. C. Nominal data. D. Ordinal data. Correct answer is C. Nominal data. Question 5 is, what is the key characteristic of ratio data? A. It has consistent intervals but no true zero point. B. It has no natural order or ranking. C. It represents categories with a meaningful order. D. It has consistent intervals and a meaningful zero point. Correct answer is D. It has consistent intervals and a meaningful zero point. Thank you. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Education and Teacher Education, at Shouking Bilal.